In this video, let's recap about sequence or collections in Python. As we know that a lot of Python is built around different kinds of sequence or collection types. We are going to see about three different types of collection, that is tuples, lists and dictionaries. Let's start with tuple. We create a tuple by placing all the elements inside the parenthesis, like this. And individual elements are separated by comma and we cannot change the elements once a tuple is defined. But we can mix types for the contents of the tuple. This is an example of the tuple. And this is another example of tuple. As you can see in the second example, it has two elements which are numbers and two elements which are strings. And also one more thing you can observe is I have used single quote for one string and double quote for another string. In Python, we can use either single or double quotes to denote the string values. So this was about tuples. Now let's see about lists. The lists are very similar to tuples, but the key difference is they are changeable. That means we can change its length, number of elements and the element values. We can declare a list using the square brackets like this. This is how we define an empty list. And this is an example for the list which contains the integers. This is one of the example of the list which has mixed data types. There are some ways to change the elements of the list. As I said in the beginning, the lists are mutable, that is, they can be changeable. There are some ways to change the elements of a list. First is with the equals operator, that is, assignment operator. Let's say we have a list like this, odd is equal to 1, 4, 5, 7. Now to change the second element in the list, that is 4, we'll modify like this, odd of 1 is equal to 3. Now if we print the list, we can see the new modified list. And another way which we normally use in data science is using the append method. With the use of append method, we can add an item to the end of the list. Let's say we have a list like this, animals is equal to tiger, dog, lion. I'll now make use of append method to add an item rabbit at the end of the list of animals. So it would be animals.append of rabbit. Now if I display the list of animals, we can see rabbit has been added at the end of the list. Apart from append, we also have an insert method through which we can add the item at the specified index. Both lists and tuples are iterable types. That means we can use it to write loops to go through each value they hold. You can see this example as reference. Let's say list1 is equal to apple, banana, cherry. For x in list1, print x. If I execute the code, you can see each elements of the list are being printed. These Python lists and tuples also have basic mathematical operations which are allowed on them. For example, the plus sign concatenates the list. You can observe the same in this example. The asterisk repeats the value of the list. You can see in this example as well. Another very common operator is in operator. The in operator checks whether the given item is present or not and returns a boolean value of true or false. We will see in detail in future videos under the topic of broadcasting. But for now, you can see this example. And another important operation which we can do with the lists are slicing. You can see about the slicing in the next video, that is in the video of strings, where I have explained the slicing in detail and you can use the same concept for list and tuples as well. The next type we are going to see is dictionary. A dictionary is a collection which do not have any ordering and they are changeable and they are indexed. In Python, we write the dictionaries with curly brackets and they have keys and values. In other words, Each value which we insert into the dictionary, we must also give a key to get that particular value out. Consider an example like this. Like tuple and list, this can also be a mixture of types and it can be iterable as well. So let's perform an iteration. For x in myDict, print x. To print the values of the dictionary, we can call it like this. For x in myDict, print myDict of x.